And then remember that after we do our program, we're going to have plenty of time to pet each one of the dogs and ask questions and talk to them. So if you think of a question or a comment about one of the dogs, keep it in the back of your mind so that when it's your turn to pet and talk with that dog, you can ask their owner and you can also talk to the dog. So I'm going to ask our dog volunteers, and I'm going to ask Miss Cheryl first to come up and stand right here with her dog and introduce herself and tell you a little bit about her dog.
Right there.
Yep, right there. Perfect.
Hi, my name is Cheryl, and this is Ted. No, yes, she's Ted. Kind of a funny name for a dog, isn't it? Ted, Ted is a greyhound, and greyhounds race on the racetrack. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but they race, and they run really, really fast. And guess what? They'll run much faster than I do. So, if he ever gets out, I have to actually get in the car and go get him, because he's already at the end of the street. So I'm very, very careful that I never let him off of his leash or that the gates are closed in the backyard.
He has to be skinny so he doesn't have a lot of weight.
That's exactly right. It helps him run faster.
Yes, so he can breathe more.
And he doesn't have much fur either, so that doesn't slow him down. And every day he goes out in the backyard and he does a race around my backyard. And then he comes inside and just wants a lot of attention.
So Ted is a pretty amazing dog. So you're going to get a chance to meet and talk to Ted quite a lot. You're going to see a greyhound before. All right, so let me remind everybody, eyeballs up here. Let's remember. Eyeballs up here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One thing that I'm going to ask each one of you to remember with the dogs, and we'll talk about it again before we meet and greet. But what's really important is to remember that there's a lot of us in here today, right? More than there usually are in one room. And when we talk, our voices, even though we might be not talking loud, a lot of us together makes a really loud noise. And our dogs can hear much, much better than we can. So if 2 or 3 people are talking at the same time, it sounds like there's 20 or 30 or 40 or 100 people talking at one time. So we want to not talk, and so we've raised our hand and we've called on, and when we do talk, we want to use a really nice inside voice, because our dogs can hear us way better than we can hear, and we don't want to stress them out or startle them. So I'm going to let Miss Bonnie introduce herself and her dog.
This is Lucy. Lucy is a Clumber Spaniel. As you can tell, she likes to talk, and she will talk some when Miss Catherine is talking, so try to just ignore her. I try to keep her quiet, but she just sometimes thinks she has something to say. She's part of a sporting group of dogs, which means she likes to go into the field and retrieve small game that's down in the brush and the grass. And because of that, she has what we call a soft mouth, which is a loose mouth. And she picks up things and she can bring them to you, and she never tears them up. She never tears up any of her toys. You know how some puppies like to rip things apart? She doesn't. She's very, very gentle with her mouth. She's 6 years old, and she was a gift to us from our daughter, and our daughter named her after the Peanuts character, Charlie Brown, Lucy, and Linus.
Very good. So you heard Lucy, you heard her make a little noise, so you're going to get a chance to meet Lucy when we are done talking as well. Miss Brenda, come on up.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Brenda, and this is my wonderful dog, Clifford. Now, Clifford was supposed to be red, right? Like Clifford the big red dog?
Yeah.
But he didn't turn out that way. Anyway, we didn't name him. We got him when he was 8 months old. Sit, leave it, sit, leave it. Here he is, leave it. Anyway, we got him when he was 8 months old. We rescued him from a family that just didn't want him anymore. And maybe we'll be talking about why people don't want dogs after they get to be a certain age. And anyway, Clifford is, I don't know. Anybody know? Raise your hand if you think you know what kind of dog Clifford is. Yes. Yes, I know you do. You can see it there. Make it right. Anna, tell me, what kind of dog do you think Clifford is? Going once, going twice. Can anybody help her? Yes. How did you know that? You know I always read stuff. Anyway, Clifford is a golden doodle. That means he's half golden retriever and half standard poodle. And the best thing about him is he's got the best of both dogs. He's really smart like a standard poodle, and he also has hair like a standard poodle. Standard poodles don't have fur, so they don't shed. And if you have allergies and you sneeze when you're around animals that have hair, have fur, then you wouldn't have that problem with Clifford because he's got hair, so he doesn't make you sneeze. And they call these dogs designer dogs, and they can cost a whole ton of money, like $1,200.
What?
That's a lot of money, right? And they charge all this money because they don't shed, and they won't make you sneeze. So they're a great dog to have, and he's a lot of fun. He's kind of crazy, and he does a lot of crazy things. It really takes a lot for him to have good manners here and to sit quietly. So he's doing a good job, and you're doing a good job too. Thank you.
Thank you. It's Donnie.